In today's video we're going to be doing a comparison between two concealers that I have been loving, and I'm going to try to decide which one I think works better for my dry, mature under eyes. The first one is JOUER's High Coverage Liquid Concealer. I have it in the shade Macadamia. And the second one is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I have it in Light Sand. Now, this one is a little bit lighter than I prefer, but I kind of make it work. So I'm going to be testing out both of them, one on each eye, and at the end of my makeup, I'm going to try to decide, because I actually like both of them. I often question myself of which one do I think works better. So I'm going to go side-by-side comparison, and we'll see what we come up with. So if you find this interesting, I hope you subscribe and stick around, and let's get started. I've already primed my face. I used the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and now I'm going to go in with the Infallible L'Oreal Pro Glow. I have it in the shade 206. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on, and then we'll get started on the concealer. So I'm just going to put this on and build it in, and if I'm looking off to the side, it's because I have my mirror right here. You know, concealer is not my favorite part. It's really something that I find that women that are aging and have aging skin have a difficult time with, me included. So these two I find work well, considering what we have to work with, but yet I can't really decide, and I've often wondered which one do I like better. And since I don't use them side by side, I figure today's the day to figure that out. Okay, that's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and do the JOUER concealer. It looks like this. Nice doe foot applicator. And I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath my eye like so. Now I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It's got a bigger applicator than the JOUER one does. And I'll go ahead, so you can tell it's a little bit lighter. And now I'm just going to go ahead, I'm not being real scientific about this, I'm just going to go ahead and use my sponge, and I'll start with the JOUER side. This one I feel is maybe just a teeny bit thicker than the other one, but yet I feel that they're pretty similar too. Okay, now I'll do the e.l.f. side. And I always bring up my concealer as an eye primer as well. It's kind of what, this is my everyday routine. Okay, I got those both done. Now I'm going to take the littlest amount of the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I would not say that this is my favorite powder, but it's what I'm going to use today. And then I take a dry beauty blender, and I just put the littlest amount on there, shake off the extra, and I just very lightly go across this so that there is a little bit of powder, but yet not much. And same on the other side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish my face product. So I'm going to go ahead and do some, so that I let that sit for a minute and settle. I'm going to go ahead and do some bronzing. I'm using the Wet n Wild bronzer in, gosh, I don't know which color this is because I broke off the lid. I'll put it on the screen. How about that? And now I'm going to take my Laura Geller blush in Pink Grapefruit. If you've never tried these big blushes by Laura Geller, boy, I highly recommend them. They're so pretty. I have Peach Delight and Pink Grapefruit, and I love them both. They leave the prettiest sheen to where you almost don't need a highlighter if you don't want one. But me, I'm going to go ahead and use the Anastasia and Amrezy highlight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I want to clean up this line just a pinch. So I'm going to get my face powder. I'm using the By Terry powder and a dry sponge. And I just cleaned that up a little bit. And I don't do this every time. It just depends on how I'm liking it, how it's sitting, if I went too low or not, which tends to be what I do. And I'll leave that on for a quick second and then I'll sweep it off. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Mist. And I'm going to use my fan. Okay, so this is as far as I'm going for this video because we're really just focusing on the face and my under eyes. Okay, let me get a closer mirror and see what I think. Without touching anything, my outside I have a little bit of creasing, so I'm just going to tap it. And I don't have much creasing, if any. Maybe just a pinch, but very little on the JOUER side. And I always like to just tap any imperfections with my finger. I find they look almost the same. I really do. I don't think anything is different enough that I could see the difference in price. I find that the coverage is about the same, the texture is about the same, and the results, in my opinion, are very similar. So I'll leave on the screen how much this is, but I know it is more than the e.l.f. So in my opinion, if you have the extra money, check out the JOUER because it's a fantastic concealer. I really like it. But if you don't and you just are at the drugstore, pick up the e.l.f. one because as I can tell right here, you can't really tell. So I hope this helped you a little bit for my mature eyes. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.